So, for the past few years, there's been a lot of talk about burnout, but a lot of the talk has focused on what to do after employees are already burnt out instead of being proactive and preventing burnout in the first place. It's kind of like the canary in the coal mine, where a lot of organizations blame the canary when, in fact, they need to be taking a look at the coal mine. And chances are your employees have been trying to tell you that there's a problem with the coal mine. What are your employees trying to tell you? Or even what might your employees be trying to tell you? Do you know where to look if they're not either verbalizing it or able to verbalize the problems with the coal mine? Well, take a look at what causes their frustration. Where are their roadblocks? And it doesn't matter your opinion of those roadblocks or those frustrations or those challenges. You may think that's ridiculous that they would have a challenge of this particular area or with this particular thing. Doesn't matter your opinion or your judgment of it, but what do they see as a frustration or a roadblock? What are their challenges? So you might find that it's their workload. Okay, but look deeper. Why are they overwhelmed with their workload? Now, I know a lot of business leaders like to immediately jump to, well, because they're lazy or they're not good with time management or it's something on the employee. But just bear with me for a second and think of it as, okay, what if it's not them? What if it's actually the workload? What if there was a better way to get this work done? Would that change how the employee completes their tasks? It might. Now, it might not. Your employee might truly be lazy and incompetent, but just in case they're not, maybe it is the workload. Maybe it is inefficient business processes throughout the organization that is causing this employee to struggle. Maybe it's outdated systems. Maybe you're still using a computer system from the 1980s or a thought process or an organizational structure from the 1980s. Newsflash, that stuff isn't going to work anymore. It just really isn't. It cannot keep up with the current pace of business or work. Your employees will struggle, and it's not because of them, it's because of the outdated systems. Your employees also might be burnt out because of other employees. If there's a toxic work environment or a culture of disrespect or a culture where it's cool to dump work on other people, your employees' problem might be other employees. It could also be that your employees are in the wrong role, that maybe you haven't hired them or put them in a role that really works with their strengths and their skills and their experience. So they may be struggling because it might be the wrong fit. You might be able to utilize that employee in a different way that is better for the employee, it's better for the organization, and it's better for you. It's less of a headache. Take a look at those types of things. Don't just look at service level. Well, maybe you need a day off. Take a look at what actually is at the root of the problem. This can also mean taking a look at your customers. Now, most organizations just want more customers, but if you have the wrong customers, it's going to cause more stress for your employees and for your organization overall than is worth it. Taking a look at your customer base and seeing if there might be some people that are more trouble than they're worth and getting rid of those people, that may actually help your employees deal with the rest of their jobs. It may sound crazy to get rid of customers to help your employees with burnout, but you really need to look at the problem holistically. I know I use this word all the time, but I do mean it. So sure, time off is important. Vacations are important. Rest and relaxation and recovery and recuperation and all of that, this is important, especially for mental health. But the problem may not just be volume of work. The problem might be deeper than that. It might be these other issues of systems, processes, other employees, your customers, your company culture or lack of company culture, your organizational structure, or any number of things. Time off is important, but just as important is addressing the reasons behind the stress.